Hey yo, what's poppin'? It's your girl Melissa, and we're back. And you are watching Monae Media on YouTube, and you are listening to SeattleHipHopRadio.com. And we are with King Tyrus.
In the building, King Tyrus here.
Yay.
Yes.
Okay, so look. So last segment we talked about generational wealth. We talked about high school. We talked about Real Royal Customs. We talked about your book, The Mind Shift. And that's not all though.
Yeah.
You do a little bit more.
We didn't talk about my book just yet. Did we talk
Oh,
about
we
my
did.
book?
You know what? Okay, look. We're gonna talk about your book. What? So, Mindset Shift is an ebook.
Right.
How can people listen to that? Let's say that first.
So it's an ebook, so it's kind of like a Kindle, you know. So it's like if you have a Kindle or it's a PDF. So it's a downloadable file. So I don't have an audio just yet, but it's coming. This is my first book. We did briefly talk about it.
So you just did this book in February.
Yeah, I did. I wrote it. So like I said, I wrote it during the pandemic because it was one of those things that I had to figure out another source of income. But it was also like I said, one of those things that I know where my life changed, and it was all about the mindset. And it's like I see so many of our people not realizing what they can accomplish and what they can do for themselves, like you were saying. So it's one of those things that how can I help change that? I know what helped me, so let me put this information out to help people. I mean, so yeah, it's on it's called gumroad.com/the mindset shift. I'll give you all the information that way. You can make sure everybody can get to it. But yeah, it was just one of those things that I felt like it was important to give to provide some kind of value to the people. So
and for you, so being in the pandemic, we were forced to stay home. Go get what you needed to get. We couldn't be outside. We had a curfew, and you took that time and you used it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when the pandemic hit, I mean, I'm an introvert anyway. So when they were telling people you can't really go anywhere or do anything, cool. I'm at home. Everything I enjoy is at the house. I don't need to go anywhere. I did a few things. I taught myself how to cook better.
Oh, look at you.
Real talk.
Oh, you learned how to cook?
Oh, yeah. Even got myself a good knife set, So, like I said.
Okay, all right.
A mechanic is only as good as his tools, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I taught myself how to cook better. Start working out a lot more. Taught myself how to trade options.
Working out is a great...
Flip pallets, yeah.
Flip pallets?
Yeah.
What you mean flip pallets?
We can talk after the show.
Okay.
We can talk after the show, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's a gym. I didn't need to sneak that one in, but anyway.
So working out is actually, we're talking about mindset shift. Working out is discipline.
Yeah.
Yes. You have to have discipline in your day, in your life to be successful.
Yes.
If you can't discipline yourself, if you can't, stick to a regimen, stay consistent and persistent, you can't be successful. And it's hard though. It's hard. It's not easy.
You have to remember your why though.
Facts.
You have to remember your why. Every time, when you get to a point where you don't really, you might not have the motivation or you might not feel like you can do it. You have to remember your why. That's what it comes down to. When you remember your why, that's what's gonna keep you. That's what's gonna keep you power, keep you going. My why, my grandchildren. Just to be able to, like we talked about earlier, to be able to provide something. My son and my grandchildren, like I said, it's all one the same. But to be able to make sure that they're taken care of without any worry, to where they don't have to worry about working for somebody else, they can actually do what they're designed to do.
Right. Their greatness.
Yeah, exactly. So
how in it's hard to teach these young kids, the younger generation, that they have greatness inside of them already.
Right.
And we ought to speak life into them.
100%.
And it's hard to reach all the different people and the different children, but if you consistently be the person that you are and continue to speak life, that 1 out of 100 is going to hear you, and that's going to be the biggest difference.
Yeah, big facts.
you know, and you know, the fact that your son is very blessed, you know, and your grandchildren, that they have you, because there's not a lot of men who speak the way you speak and share your knowledge, you know, like, because I'm pretty sure we all have all this great knowledge inside of us, but a lot of people keep it bottled inside.
Right, and you know, that's one of the things that's I've always known that's been important, because you know, not having a father figure was one of those things that I made sure that my son never questioned who his father was. Never questioned, you know. So to make sure that I can constantly, you know, give him. There's been times over the years when I've given him so much knowledge. I mean, recent times he would say, "Dad, I remember you told me such and such and such." I'm like, "Oh, I did." Oh, yeah. I did say that. Yeah, I did say that. You know, so
you forget all the game that you done gave him.
I've given him so much, and when he told me, I told him, I'm like, that does sound like something I would say. You know, so yeah, I did say that. Yeah. But I mean, like I said, it's just because that's a good feeling to be able to pour so much into somebody that you don't even know how much what you even poured into him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And to be able, the fact that he can 100%, he knows who his father is, and he's never had to doubt it, had to question it, and I've, you know, always been there for him. There might have been one time, you know, we didn't even really get into it, but like I said, I've always been there for him.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. But you know, he realized that he needs you. You are a big part of his everything. And when greatness is taken away from you because of the choices that you make, if you're strong enough, you'll acknowledge that and recognize it and realize where you need to work
Facts.
on yourself.
Facts.
You know, and it's all about doing better and being better. Like every day, like I have to be better than I did the day before.
Yep.
And if there's something that I don't do or something I know I should have done and I don't do it, and it's something as simple as making my bed.
Right.
It affects my whole day. Right. With that being said, I'm curious as to, I know you have a song you're going to play for us, you know, because we haven't got to your music yet, but I'm curious to know what is your morning, your wake up regimen? Do you do the same every day? Is it different? I mean, even whether it's your prayers or reading a book, or what is your morning get up and start your day?
So I mean, when I'll get up, I usually get up around. It needs to be more fluid. I'll say that 100%. But I don't get up past 7 o'clock. I'll say that. When I do get up, I'll, you know, bust a workout in, at least 30-minute, 45-minute workout. Watch a podcast, you know, and then I'll get to work on my designs. If unless one of my brothers interrupt, and not necessarily interrupt, but if one of my brothers call, we get a Zoom call going, talk about our podcast and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's, you know, I'll wake up, get a workout in, you know, watch a couple podcasts, do some designs for the day, and
you get your day started, and you start it right.
I have to.
Working out is very important, and it's hard for me, but
it can be tough, but you know, like I said, it just provides so much, you know, like you're saying,
gives you so much strength.
Yeah, it does.
It's strength and energy, and it does a lot for your mind. Like 100%. When I'm thinking, I'm always constantly thinking, and don't let me be by myself at work, because that's all I'm thinking. I got all these things running through my mind, you know, and I like being by myself as opposed to being around others and constantly having a conversation about something I don't want to talk about.
Right. Small talk. Not really want for small talk yet.
It's hard for me, so I love where I work at, because I actually could just, you know, I just have the time, because we're usually just working and not so much talking. And it's important you talk to yourself.
I mean, I like to get expert advice, so yeah, I like to talk to myself. You know, but it's important. I mean, especially us as men. I mean, we have to. If you're not really, it helps with testosterone. It helps with, you know, just being, you know, men. We need to be, you know, doing something physically fit. I mean, it's important. So I mean, if you're not feeling good about yourself, and you're not understanding why, if you're not at least, you know, getting a good run in, some cardio,
build some confidence.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's going to help you mentally, and then you're going to start feeling better about yourself. So just like, I mean, men, women, period. I mean, whoever, you know, whatever you want to consider yourself. Like I said, it's just going to make you feel better all around, and you know, it provides mental acuity and physical.
Physicalness, yeah.
I mean,
and pain is what?
Pain is gain.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt if you can't endure the pain. If you're afraid, a lot of people are afraid of pain.
True.
I've been afraid of pain for years, and it restricted me from a lot of knowledge. It restricted me of my growth.
But you know what it is too? I think it's more so than pain. It's comfortability.
Facts.
People like to be comfortable.
I like to be uncomfortable these days.
You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable in order to grow. In order to grow, you have to be comfortable.
To me now.
You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know.
That's like talking dirty to me.
Yes. Come on now. Come on. But yeah, I mean, it's highly important. You know, that's the only way you're gonna grow.
Man, being uncomfortable. You got to be uncomfortable. You got to be uncomfortable.
You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Remember that. That's a gem right there.
I know I posted that one already. So
okay.
I'm going to let you have it. You can have it.
Hey, each one teach one. How about that one? Each one teach one.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Don't be afraid to share your knowledge with other people. Trust me. The world is a better place when we're all great. You know? If we're all I mean, it's not going to happen. You know, you got all kinds of different types of people. But the more great energy that you give out to others, the more the universe is going to give it back to you tenfold. Yep. Like, you know, Monae Media is about others telling their story and about others sharing their greatness and the things that they do and their knowledge with all of you guys. This is for me, yes, because I get to learn all these great stories and I get to gain knowledge from each interview that I do. But I want everyone to know that you can do and be great. It doesn't matter what it is that you want to do. Right. If that's what you want to do and that's your greatness, then let it shine. Let it shine. Let the whole world see how great you are. You know, it's inside of you. You just got to let it out and don't be afraid. And if you guys want to interview with Monae Media, it's right here. You can't miss it. Monae Media. Hit me up. We can talk about it. You got a song.
I do got.
You have music. You do music too on top of all of this.
I mean, it's crazy. You know, like we talked about earlier, and we'll probably get into it. But it's a matter of it took to be 40. You know, 42. I'll be 43 this year, but it took me to be 42, 40 years old before I really got to see my full greatness. And it would have been, if I could have tapped into it a lot earlier, it would have been dope. But at the same time, I'm here now, and that's what it's about. So. And
that's the thing about us, you know, speaking it into the younger generation, so they don't have to wait until they're 40-something years old to realize their greatness.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. To tap into it sooner. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
So the song is called.
So this one right here is off my last project that I released a couple years ago. I do got some new music coming out, but this one's called "Feel So Good," and it's just a matter of, like I said, we're getting to the point where it just feels good to see more and more people of the community learning about their true selves and getting to the point where they could act on it and reach that true greatness. So it's called "Feel So Good." Here's a little few bars of it.
Here, put it up here. Does it matter? You think? Okay.
Feel so good. It feels so good.
No, turn it all the way up.
Yeah. Yo, I'm standing tall like a black man should. Strong and proud, and it feels so good. It feels so good. More people waking up, getting all this up. Always knew that they would. It feels so good. Our community's coming together for the better. Now and never it's understood. And it feels so good. 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 Wanna let my feet touch the ground. Look up in the sky, feel the sun bless my crown. Properly melanated, I'm glad, but it's true we never been celebrated. We represent where life was originated. For generations, we've been held down to the shadows by the white man. Hey yo, it's time to end our plight. Stand up right and tall. You a star. Address the black man as God, cause that's who you are. Fall from grace and shooting fall. We made it through the storm. Just a little something there.
Why you gonna short like that?
I just want to give a teaser.
Y'all only get a teaser.
If you want to check it out, you know what I mean? You got to go to the Spotify or go to the Reverb Nation information, I'll give you all the information. But yeah,
Go ahead, give it to them now.
Little teaser.
Give them the information now. How they can listen
on
to your
Spotify,
music.
go to King Tyrus, ReverbNation.com, King Tyrus. Yeah, those are the spots right now for it. So
You are a man of many talents.
it would have been nice to see these a little bit sooner, but you know. Hey.
I always say, if I knew now what I knew then, if I knew now what I know, wait.
If I knew then what I know now, I got you. I got you back on the car seat. You good? You good?
Got your, what? Oh my goodness! You know, I'm a very visual person. When somebody tells me something, I literally have to visualize it. I have to see it in my head to fully understand it. And you know, I'm a little different. I'm a little special. But yeah, that's dope. You do a lot of different things. You're very gifted. You're very talented. I mean, I absolutely think that there's nothing that you can't do.
Well, you know, that's to be determined. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't give you all everything, but you know, we got some more coming back for y'all.
He ain't done. That's what he's saying. He ain't done. So you are watching Monae Media on YouTube, and you are listening to SeattleHipHopRadio.com, and I am sitting here with King Tyrus,
Yes.
and we will be back.